This is the first structure of what you call the vertebrateral column, and this is an example of a cervical vertebrae, the anterior view. So you can be able to see the different parts. There is the cervical rib, there is the centrum, there is the transverse processes, there is the vertebrateral canal, there is the neural canal, there is what we call the presagapophysis, there is what we call the neural arc, there is what we call the neural spine. So these are the different parts of the cervical vertebrae. And what is some of the functions of these particular structures found on the cervical vertebrae? So we are going to look at the structure and its adaptive function. First structure is what we call the neural canal. And this neural canal, when you have a look at it on the cervical vertebrae, which is the first bone, it has a neural canal which is wide, a wide neural canal. The neural canal is always wide. And what is the importance of this neural canal being wide? It allows for passage. It allows for the passage of the large spinal cord on the neck region. Because the spinal cord is originating from the bottom part of the skull of the head, so the first cervical vertebrae must have a large neural canal which is wide for the passage of that large spinal cord. So you're saying a large spinal cord on the neck region. So that is the importance as to why we are having a wide neural canal. The second part of the cervical vertebrae is what we call, it has a transverse process. It has what we call the transverse process. So these transverse processes are broad and wing-like. They are broad, and most of them are always in the form of a wing. And what is the importance of these transverse processes being broad and wing-like? They are broad and wing-like, they are offering a large surface area, And what is the importance of this large surface area that is being created? For attachment of the neck muscles. Because this neck has to be kept in position. So the strong muscles of the neck are going to be attached onto the transverse processes of the cervical vertebrae, which are broad and wing-like. So that is the importance of the transverse processes. The third part of the cervical vertebrae is what we call, it has broad facets. And what is this? The importance of these broad facets? It provides surface area for articulation. It provides a surface area for articulation with the occipital condyles of the skull. The occipital condyles of the skull. So this one is going to allow for nodding of the head. This is what we call, it allows upward and downward movement of the head of the head It allows for the upward and downward movement of the head. When there is that upward and downward movement of the head, that is what we call nodding of the head. Nodding of the head. And most of you are quite familiar with what we mean by nodding of the head. When you're moving your head in an up and down direction, that is what we call the nodding of the head. And that one is as a result of the occipitocondyles of the skull articulating with the broad facets.